So I'm gonna keep on chasing thunder, chasing thunder.
Social justice, power hour, power hour, power hour. Social justice, power hour, power hour, power hour.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening. Hello to our friends on the West Coast, where it's 4 p.m. A wonderful afternoon to you. And to our friends on the East Coast, happy start of the evening. And everybody in between, happy in between time. Welcome, Haley. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am all aflustered, but in the best possible way.
All right. Delightful Pride Eve that we have tonight.
Yes, happy Pride Eve. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. We're very, very excited to bring you this show in anticipation of tomorrow night's huge, with a capital HUGE, exclamation point, virtual Pride. We have been working our social justice butts off to bring you a special show. And as you saw by the video that we just started off with, and thank you, Sandra, for putting that together. The Kallenberg's always such a wonderful family, and we're so proud to have them be part of our family. We're going to have some really fabulous surprise guest stars, and we'll be throwing some stuff out tomorrow on the social media, so check it out. We'll be announcing some special folks. But the most special folks are the folks who join us in our community. As Haley herself, the hostess with the mostest, said a few weeks back about the Power Hour, we bring the hour.
And you bring the power.
And we love you for it. So let's backtrack. My name is Robert Seda-Schreiber. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the chief activist of the Bayard Rustin Center for Social Justice. And I am joined by
Haley Rubens Topolesky, as you like to call the hostess with the mostest.
That's truer words never spoken. And you have stumbled upon or deemed it important in your evening to join us at the Bayard Rustin Center for Social Justice virtual headquarters. And we thank you for that. This is a special night. Usually we have a guest star. On Friday nights, we should do an open mic, and we bring out our community to do songs and dances and spoken word and burlesque and whatever else we can muster up for the evening. Tonight, we want to do something special. It was a year ago that the Bayard Rustin Center for Social Justice organized Princeton's first Pride Parade. And everybody we told that to at the time and since can't believe it, that it was the first one in Princeton, supposedly liberal bastion. And when Carol Watchler, our incredible resident feminist, lesbian, radical, former nun, found that out, and I joined her in her surprise, and we decided we needed to do it, that there was no waiting, and it was Stonewall 50, so the circumstances demanded. And in a scant 8 weeks, we put together a parade. Who knew one could do that? And in that 8 weeks, we assumed that we would just get together a couple of hundred folks. Maybe. We were hoping for a couple of hundred folks. And
you got what, like a couple thousand?
So here's the thing about the parade, which is crazy. We thought that it was 2,000. That was what we assumed at watching the photos and the video and so on and so forth. And remember, I'm up front. I'm chasing after the governor and the first lady. The governor was like a jackrabbit. He was running up to everybody's porches and shaking hands, and I had to follow him. So I never actually saw the incredible gathering of inspirational folks until that night, until literally at home late at night, seeing the photos for the first time and seeing how we covered Witherspoon Street from end to end. And we thought a couple of thousand. And it wasn't until we went for the permit for this year, and we still thought we'd have a parade in the streets this year, that we were told by the police that they estimated 3,000.
Wow.
And again, that's extraordinary, and we're really, really proud of that. But by the same token, that tomorrow night we're going to have some super special, extraordinary, fabulous, big name international folks with us at Virtual Pride. It's so much more important to us, and this is the gosh darn truth. Our communities meet with us. And last year, 3,000 is a very impressive number. But it was more important to us that we stayed true to who we were, what we represent, our mission, and our people. And I think we did that.
I think so. And this year, right on point with it, right yet again.
I appreciate you saying so. And if I may, everybody, this is kind of like Haley and the center's anniversary, because Haley came out for the first time to volunteer for the parade, and we kind of grabbed her and didn't let her go.
That's me. You're like, don't leave. I've heard about the center, showed up to the volunteer meeting. There were so many people there, and I was so glad to be there and feel that energy of everything coming together. It was really incredible to be part of that and to see how far the center has come in that year.
It means so much. You really inspire me and all of us at the center, so thank you for the energy you bring to us. And I want to say, folks, as you're watching, and I see there are already a few hundred people already tuned in now, which is wonderful. And I hope that some of you were at the parade last year, and some of you who didn't get to see it will now see all the magic that happened. But please make some comments tonight. We really want to hear from folks who were there and what your experience was. But before we get to all this good stuff, I do want to talk about, since we have a captive audience, as it were, some of the things we have going on for the rest of Pride, because Pride to us is not only a month. We have things going on in July and August and so on and so forth until we're back together physically. We're going to do things virtually as much as we can and seize this moment for our community. So for the rest of Pride, we have some really extraordinary folks coming to us. Monday night coming up after Virtual Pride. What better way to start the week after than Darnell Moore, No Ashes in the Fire, incredibly important book. And I think someone whose voice is perfect and absolutely of the moment. And I cannot wait to have that conversation with Darnell. And then, and these things, it still sticks in my tongue a little bit when I say things like this. Lieutenant Governor of New Jersey, Sheila Oliver, will be joining us on Thursday night. And what's amazing about Sheila Oliver, our Lieutenant Governor, not just that she's, again, the Lieutenant Governor, but her journey and her story. And she is one of only 4 African-American Lieutenant Governors in the entire nation. And surprisingly, the only Democrat. So a really interesting story to tell, and really will be fascinating to our folks to hear her journey as well. And you mentioned, I didn't mention Wednesday because I'm keeping that under lids for a second. Next week, following, we'll have Liz Winstead, and kind of a person that most people know, but some people may not. She's behind the scenes. She actually co-creator of The Daily Show and co-creator of Air America, and now she's with Abortion Access Front. So Haley knows we've been chasing after her for a while. Haley helped us out a bit in doing some DMs and stuff. So we're thrilled to have Liz with us and talk about how reproductive rights are a huge, important part of social justice. We also have the beautiful and inspirational Amara Jones with us, transgender activist, trans/media. Looking forward to that conversation. And we have the author of this book, Eric Cervini, The Deviance War, The Homosexual versus the United States of America. Some great gay history. We had Hugh Ryan on, who did When Brooklyn Was Queer, and this is kind of in the same vein. And we look forward to learning and exploring our history as well. So all those guests, really amazing. And then last but not least, I always save a little one, too. Next Wednesday, we're going to have New York Times #1 bestseller right now, Ibram X. Kendi with us, who has created this wonderful board book version of the How to Be an Anti-Racist Baby. And I have to tell you, one of the perks is that we got a copy early, and it is as delightful as you would think it is. It's also as meaningful as it is delightful. So we're thrilled about Dr. Kendi joining us as well. We want to thank our friend, Dr. Peniel Joseph, author of With the Sword and the Shield, for making that introduction, because we always want to thank our community for what they can do to us. And speaking of community, I do want to mention again, please do bear this in mind, that Sourland Distillery is selling a special bottle of vodka. And I'm not a drinker, but I hear they make some good stuff. I think, Haley, you were at the...
Yeah, we did like a little mixer, and they had some good stuff there. And it's really good quality stuff. And I just love the bottle. You know me with my rainbow.
It's so beautiful. And this is a limited edition. This is only 1,000 made. And why we're telling you about this is not only because it's a beautiful bottle and they're supporting Pride, but $1 of every bottle goes back to our center. So you can buy some really good spirits, get a really beautiful collectible bottle, and support the good works of the Bayard Rustin Center. So thank you, Sourland Distillery. All right, commercial over. Although not really commercial, because it's a public service, really, right?
It's also a reminder to me, because I'm going to probably buy like 20 bottles after this.
We would love that. It's right there. And I want to thank our intern extraordinaire, Ashley, who is doing an internship remotely. And she's, I believe, in Oregon. And she's been amazing for the past 2 weeks, helping us organize Virtual Pride and being really a stalwart worker at home. And she'll be with you in the comments section, telling you about the stuff that we're talking about and giving you advisement and places to go to do the things that we're telling you to do. But again, I want to stress that as we watch these videos tonight, please do make comments. If you were there at the parade, if you weren't there at the parade, let us know your thoughts, give some snaps out, ask some questions. If you see something you want to say, hey, what was that? I didn't see enough of that. I do want a couple more shout outs. It's really important to recognize our community. John Lean did all the video footage, and I believe at last count it was about 18 hours worth of video. And then Ethan Sokol did all the interviews. And Frank Mahood, at the spry age of 80-something years old, put together all of these hours and hours and hours of video and made it into these highlights we're going to see tonight. And I want to tell my community, by the way, as you watch this for the first time, so am I.
It's going to be a news to me too, so I'm excited. We're going to comment on it after we see it, and then let us know your thoughts in the comments too.
So no spoilers, but I'm going to tell you what we're going to see tonight. The first video is pretty short. It's about 6 or so minutes, and it's the night before the dance party we had at the Arts Council. Thank you, Arts Council. And then a little bit of the prep the morning of, just to give you an idea of what it was like bright and early that morning before we actually did the parade. And then we're going to come back and talk at you for a little bit, not as much as this, I promise. And then we're going to show you the actual parade. And we have about 12 or 13 minutes of the parade, and you can see how inspirational and exponential it was all at the same time. We'll come back, we'll talk to you a little bit, and then we'll show you the rally. And a lot of the speeches, highlights of the speeches, I do want to tell you, for the Frank Mahood fans out there, sadly, his speech is not in the highlights. And that's only because there was a video difficulty, and we're sad about that, but we're going to make sure that we get that out to people as well. But you won't see it tonight, unfortunately. But you're going to see everybody else who was on stage, and you're going to see some really inspirational folks. And then finally, you're going to see some interviews that were compiled by Ethan Sokol, and then Frank did some wonderful editing of that to help us get to the meat of the matter. And then Frank insists, and I am thrilled at his service, that he wants to do a complete documentary of the day and the night before and the leading up to it. So at some point in the near future, during a power hour, we will premiere the full documentary of the Princeton Pride Parade, the first Princeton Pride Parade ever. But enough of me jabbering.
Yeah, just keep going. It's fine.
Yeah, let's just talk about it. We're not going to show you nothing. No, it's time for some videos. Are you all ready for some videos? Let's get some snaps out. We love you. So the first one we're going to show you is the night before the parade. This is the wonderful dance party we had. We gathered together, and we still had no idea of what the parade was going to be. This night was a great party, but we were, maybe just me, were like, we don't know. Is it going to be a couple hundred people? At that point, we were upping our estimate to about 1,000, but we didn't want to overshoot and get people too excited. So this was an interesting evening, and it was very exciting for us all. So enjoy this footage of the night before and then a little bit of the morning of, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. I hope you do enjoy this video.
How many of you guys are excited to making history this weekend? Number one, because there's been a Pride celebration, one of the most powerful, most rich towns here in New Jersey, and we're making it happen this weekend. If you guys are ready for Princeton Pride, make a little bit of noise up in here. I want to thank you all. Our team told us we are making history right now, and we're making history tomorrow. It doesn't end tomorrow. What the Bayard Rustin Center for Social Justice truly believes is that everything is exponential. So tomorrow leads into the next day, leads into the next day. And since I have a room full of folks, I will briefly teach a little bit. That in the room, not only do we have a queen, but we have a king. Frank Mahoney. I want to tell you about this man, because you have to hear about this man. In 1972 in Princeton, Frank was one of a group of people that started the first gay rights organization here in Princeton. Parties begin, we sing, but our parties, our dances, our songs, our yoga, the things we do where we celebrate our identities, they carry forth and become part of our stories, part of our histories, and they inspire us to do the good works we need to do. Thank you all very much. I love you. I will see you tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, I just have to say personally, from what I see in front of my eyes right now is an absolutely beautiful sight. I came out at the age of 14 years old. It was 2001, back in a time where this stuff still was not talked about. Nobody knew about transgender rights. Nobody knew about the LGBT community. Barely anybody talked about drag queens. This was an undiscovered art at that point. Today I stand here in front of each and every one of you. I can walk down the streets of Princeton like this with my head held high. Many of you are young people in this audience right now. Some of you have partners with you. People that you know, people that you love, you're with your best friends, you're with your family, you're with your mom, you're with your dad, you're with your brother, your sister. Look at the beauty that's around you. Has been incredible. Hi everybody. Good afternoon. You were talking to Joanne about that. I delegate all my responsibility. Joanne is sunglasses, actually walking across the field down right there. All right. The front page or you're on that somewhere is active. No. That's it right square. Square. That's this button right here. And then once you have the square
Hey,
Hey, that was great. I didn't get to see a lot of the night before the setup, so that was fun to live that through the video. I think my favorite part was the hammer next to the little pie.
I love that too. Like, I just think that's so, I don't know, that's so indicative of the entire morning.
Yes.
I also love the fact that there's way too much footage of me helping my mom with her phone. I think we'll have to cut that down in the final version. But that was a nice little inside baseball for everybody.
It'll just be the whole documentary should just be you helping your mom with her phone.
I'd be happy with that. She's helped me my entire life, so that's not a problem. I do want to give a couple of shouts out to some people we saw. Lady Victoria Cortez, who was our queen last year for the parade, and by some serendipitous act of magic, is a former student of mine, went through my art classroom in my middle school, and when she showed up and we realized who each other was, it was quite wonderful. So it was very special that she was there, and she was the best queen we could have had. I also want to thank Joanne Corellis, who put together an incredible after party and rally and experience for us. And I do have to give a shout out to my lovely bride, Cynthia, who gathered those marchers together, and nobody messed with her that morning, especially not me. Without Cindy at the front and Joanne at the back, that parade would have been nothing like it was. So thank you to both those incredibly inspirational women. And also finally to the YMCA, who opened up their field to us that day and were great community partners. So thank you to everybody. And there's 1,000 other folks. And again, I want to shout out to John Lean, who did the footage, and Frank for editing it together. So thank you all. And not only did we have a queen, but we had a grand marshal. And as I promised you, surprise guest stars tomorrow. We have a surprise guest star this night as well. please welcome back our Grand Marshal from last year, Mike Hotpence.
Hey! Happy virtual Pride weekend.
Hello.
Hey,
hello.
handsome.
Hello.
Look at these two
And what
handsome
I love
men.
about
I'm just in between these two handsome men. It's like, over here.
A Haley sandwich.
Speaking of 1 year anniversary, that was the first time I met you. Was that Pride?
Yes, yeah, that
Well,
weekend. Oh my gosh, so many great memories watching that footage.
yeah.
What time were you there at the Y in the morning, Robert? What? That must have been at like 7 o'clock in the morning.
We were there early, but it was worth it. I mean, it was so worth it. I mean, that day was pure magic, and we want to thank you. You were incredible.
Oh my gosh.
We couldn't have had a better Grand Marshal. I don't know if you know, for those of you who don't know, Mike Hotpence, Glenn Pinnell, his alter ego, Princeton alumni, so a perfect person to lead Princeton's first Pride Parade. And he came out to us for a tea party, a fundraiser, and we just hit it off right away. And when I say we, I mean the center and Glenn and Mike Hotpence had an instant relationship together. And I'm proud to say that it's grown so much over the past year that Glenn is now a member of our board of directors, and we're honored by that, my friend.
As am I.
Thank you. So can you tell us from the front, well, not from the front, because me and the governor were up front doing like the recon, but then it was you and our wonderful friends Donato and Ivan, who were our flag bearers, and then we had the Philadelphia Freedom Band. What was it like for you, doing that in the streets where you had been studying as a student and growing up? What was that whole experience?
Well, when we were lining up right when the parade was about to start, we were all sort of standing and waiting for the go-ahead. And there was all this energy in the air. And I looked over on the curb, and there was a dad with his son. And the son must have been about 5 years old. And he was just bouncing up and down because he was at the front of the parade and it was about to start. And I was bouncing up and down because I was at the front of the parade and about to start. And I thought, there is nothing separating us but 50 years. We are the same person. We were in exactly the same space. So excited for the parade to start. And then once it started, to walk down Witherspoon, because that was a walk that I had done many times as an undergraduate, because one of my favorite food places was sort of down on Witherspoon, so I had to walk all the way down and walk back up to campus. So to do that same walk at the front of a parade with thousands of people sending out love and applause and energy, and feeling all of the energy from the back of the parade behind me was the perfect storm in the best possible way. A lot of times when we're in times of trouble, we sort of rally ourselves, or I rally myself by saying, love will always win, and love is stronger than hate. And I've been saying that a lot for the past 4 years, as I think we all have. But when you get knocked down enough times, you come back up, and every time you come back up, you start to doubt a little bit. And for me, the gift of being the Grand Marshal of that parade and being in that spot was experiencing firsthand the power of that love and the power of that energy. Because we say it enough times and it becomes a saying, but all of a sudden you're in a moment where you are feeling that energy from the crowd, and you are feeling that energy from the participants, and you do really believe love is stronger than hate, and love will always win. So, it made me a true believer once again. So I was thankful for that.
Well, you were phenomenal that day, and I assume that everybody knows who you are because I'm such a huge fan. But just to bring everybody up to date, in case you don't know who the handsome man on your screen is, not me, the other one.
Right. In case you were watching the footage of that dance party and you thought Mike Pence was actually there.
Right.
The camera.
So right quick, Glenn realized his uncanny resemblance to our vice president, and where most of us would think of that as a great drag act or a Halloween costume or a gag, he took it upon himself to go out literally every weekend and raise money for charities that our vice president would not be so thrilled about, like Planned Parenthood, like gun safety, like immigrant rights, and so many others. And I know that you are the exact opposite me and very modest. But will you tell people how much you've raised thus far in the work you've been doing?
I think I just broke the $56,000 mark. I have to do some math this weekend, but I just did a fundraiser about a week and a half ago, and I think that might have put me over the top. So we'll see. We'll have an announcement next week, or maybe
wonderful.
tomorrow night.
All right, sounds good. And also, the other about 2 weeks ago on a Saturday morning, I'm doing my work because I'm working, and my lovely bride screams and calls me in, and I said, "What?" And there is our beautiful friend Glenn as Mike Hodpence on The Good Fight, and that was really a nice surprise. So you're doing the good work.
Yeah,
thank you.
that was a fun gig, and whenever I do an appearance like that I get paid for, I always use that money to fund my travel for when I do Mike Hotpence gigs. So I like to think that I'm paying it forward in trolling our VP whenever I have to play him.
Our wonderful intern just threw up all of Mike Hodpence's stuff, so you can follow and like and friend him at your leisure.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ashley. You're wonderful as always. So we're going to watch the parade now. And before we do, I want to thank Glenn/Mike for stopping by, and remind everybody as well that Mike Hodpence will be joining us tomorrow night as our virtual Grand Marshal, along with the incredible Harmonica Sunbeam, who is one of my favorite people. So we're going to have a really good time. So thank you, Glenn. We love you.
Thank you. I did have a little bit of a freak out moment earlier this week when I realized I was going to be in hot pants tomorrow night for the first time in a long time. So I'm going to go do some more stairs.
Well, yeah, I guess you do, because you're going to have to, I guess you'll stand up and do a little wiggle.
I'll do some, dips right now.
What's funny for me is I found myself checking the weather out of, and then I was like,
so did I.
It doesn't matter what the weather. In
Right.
fact, it even better. But thank you, my friend. I'm so looking forward to 23 and a half hours from now when we start the show. It's going to be. Yes. I have some surprises even you don't know about. I just found out we're gonna bring some magic. We're gonna bring magic. Thank you. Right. I love you.
Love you. Love you both.
We love Mike Hodpence. We love Glenn Pinnell. And I never know which one I should refer to him. If you know Batman's Bruce Wayne and you see him, when he's in costume, you know he's Batman. And when he takes off the cowl, hey, that's Bruce, my friend. Yeah. But with Glenn, he always looks like that. So you never know how you should address him.
Just as hottie? I don't know.
That sounds good to me. Everybody knows I have not so secret a crush on that man. He is absolutely gorgeous, both inside and out. All right, speaking of gorgeous, we have yammered on again, and we promised people a parade. So I hope you're watching now. Thank you again to John Lean for filming this. Thank you again to Frank Mahood for editing it. We're going to show you just a brief glimpse of the parade. It was just a phenomenal thing, and words don't describe it. So, gosh, you know what we should do? We should probably watch it. All right. I'll see you in about 12 or so minutes.
Thank you for coming out today. We have a lot of special guests with us today, but one of our favorites and someone who's been an ally for years in a very important house, both in Trenton and here in Princeton. I want to introduce you to a new friend of mine, an incredible ally of the Byron Glusson Center for Social Justice, and this Princeton's first ever Pride Parade. I want to hear how loud you can be to welcome our governor and our first lady, Bill and Tammy Murphy.
Thank you, Rob. Happy Pride, everybody. I want to thank Rob for inviting us to be here today in the Center for Social Justice, the Bayard Rustin Center, which does extraordinary work, to his wife, Cindy, to Mayor Leppert, and the extraordinary members of Town Council, Assemblyman Andrew Zwicker, all the other dignitaries, including to my left, Mike Pence is with us. Always good to have Mike here. A real treat. You can't make that up. Only in Princeton. The LGBTQ plus community is one of the most important communities in our state, in our country. We stand shoulder to shoulder with you. I'm wearing a garland and beads that I first received in 2010 in June in Berlin, Germany, where I was told the first U.S. ambassador ever to lead a Christopher Street parade outside the United States. I've kept this dear and dear to me ever since. So I might have been the first in Berlin, but I'm honored to be here, Rob, with you, to be at the first Pride Parade in Princeton. God bless y'all. Thank y'all. Love you.
This is a moment.
Easy.
This is a moment. That kiss was not just for me. That was for our town, for our communities, our families, our kids. We are creating a safe space, not just here, not just in Princeton, not just in our community, but in this state, as an example for the entire nation. We love you all. We march with us today. We march in respect to our past, to inspire our future, and to establish our present, where we'll keep each other safe, respected, protected, and loved. Let's march with love today. Let's do this.
Let's get Mike Pence up for fun. Must be very gross. What do you want us to do?
Yes, Princeton, yes! Party started.
You want a sticker, Ellie? Video pick.
That was such a good day. I love watching that. And it was great for us to watch it because we were in the parade, so we didn't get to see everyone walking by. So that was
I didn't get to see any of those people. I was crying a little bit in the middle there, seeing what diversity was out there, what incredible array of folks from the organizations that were out. Planned Parenthood was out there, Moms Demand, Action, High Tops, Small World, Ben Spoon, the Record Exchange, all our friends, all organizations, all the people we support and support us. It was truly a coming together of so many different folks, and it was extraordinary.
such a great day. Such a great day.
Now let's just move right forward to the rally because we've been talking a lot, and we're going to go over tonight. So I hope that folks will stay with us. We're going to watch the rally. After the parade, we had an incredible array of speakers. And again, I want to apologize for all the Frank Mahood heads out there, all the fans of Frank. We didn't get his speech, which was truly something to hear. So we're going to have to rectify that and quickly, and maybe we can put it up on the website and the Facebook and the Grindr and wherever else we can find a place to platform it. But it needs to be heard. But you will hear from extraordinary, inspirational folks who was on that stage that afternoon with us. We were so proud to have them. So it's going to take me a second to get that up. So Haley, you have to talk for a moment as I try to focus on getting this together for our people.
Sure. The rally was great. There were so many great speakers. I remember the stage was in the grass, and I remember it kind of getting pushed into the grass a little bit. So that'll be fun to see if it's tilting a little bit. I look at the weirdest things.
No, it was sinking, and we were all like, well, let's hope we stay up just at least till the end. And we were hedging our bets, but it did.
The far off, like, is this gonna stay up? Is this gonna work? They're like, yeah, it should be fine. It should be fine.
All right, are we ready? Let's
Right.
watch some more magic, my friends.
All
Stay
right.
with us. I know we're gonna go over. We'll probably be till about 8:30 tonight, but heat up your TV dinner and enjoy yourselves. Pop some popcorn because we have these great speeches from the rally, and then after that, we have some wonderful videos for y'all to see, and it's a really wide array of folks, and maybe even yourself if you were there. So here we go. Some more wonderful stuff from a year ago today for Princeton's Pride Parade.
Hello, I'm taking a video. How are you doing? I think we're doing very well. What a beautiful day and what a beautiful event.
What a great turnout.
Yeah. I think it was in the thousands, maybe 2,000. Oh, yeah. 3,000, I think. It's very big. Very big. Hi.
All about love. I have an answer for you.
Hi, Andrew.
Hey, how are you? So, photo, I know it's a photo or video.
Video.
A video. I'm so thrilled to be here.
One of our best
Oh,
allies.
no. Robert, the team. I'm beyond thrilled. This is an amazing day.
I want to
You
turn
all
this
right?
in.
Yeah.
So just so you don't know, he's the simple person's Richard, representing.
Oh, I know him well.
Oh, you know.
Now this councilman maple one, beautiful, and one of the 5 Western Center for Social Justice board members.
Awesome. Thank you.
Here, I'm trying to-
Well done.
Hi again. Are you enjoying the stay? Oh, yeah. All right. Take care.
Well, I'd love to go dancing with you tonight, but I don't think I could spare the time, because my brothers and my sisters are marching tonight for rights and to be free and alive. To my surprise and my pain, he asked me to stop to get to know him in more than one way. He said a movie, a show, my apartment's right here, just so happens my lover's away. Well, I'd love to get acquainted with you tonight, but I don't think I could spare the time, because my brothers and my sisters will marching tonight for rights and to be free and alive. March for your life. March for freedom. March for your rights.
That was beautiful. Thank you again, Hendrix. That is our community. That is our history. We have to respect it. We have to represent it. We have to carry it forward, because that's how we inspire our future. And speaking of our future, I want to start you right off with one of my new best friends. someone who's walked in our center, the Bayard Rustin Center for Social Justice, and brought to us such love. And as much as we may have supported her, she has supported us. I want to introduce you to someone who has inspired me beyond belief. Manny Martinez.
Hi. I just finished 6th grade, and wow, what a way to start my summer. My first Pride Parade. I was in 4th grade when I realized I was gay. I decided I wanted to tell my parents right away, and without hesitating, I told my mom when we were in the car, I think I'm gay. Honestly, I didn't think anything good would come out of that sentence, but it did. My mom wasn't disappointed. She actually told me that she was proud. Apparently, being open about it made me brave. At first, I didn't know anyone liked me. Then, when I started middle school, I joined an after-school group, SAGA, Sexuality and Gender Alliance. I met so many people. Then, the best thing happened. The Bayard Rustin Center for Social Justice opened. It has been a wonderful place to make new friends and enjoy fun activities and to be myself. This year, I wanted to express myself as much as I could. I wore the clothes that I liked, including unicorn shoes, colorful and sparkly shoes. I wore them in front of kids and adults. And at my end of school concert, I was being myself in front of so many people. And now there are so many people in front of me listening to my speech. It can even be in newspapers and everything. I'm not scared of thousands of people knowing who I am because, well, I'm me. Not many negative things have happened when I told my story, though I know it could have, but it didn't. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you don't have to be afraid of who you are because no one can change who you are, only yourself. Thank you for allowing me to be who I am, and thank you for being who you are. I am Manny, I'm 11 years old, and I just completed my first Pride Parade speech.
Manny, Manny, Manny. So when I told our next speaker that he'd be following Manny, he was not so thrilled with me. Sorry. Yeah. And if anybody could do it, it's our assembly person who represents our great community, Andrew Zwicker.
How about another shout out for Manny? And you. And you know what? Hello to all of you rainbow wearing, hot pants wearing, just loving people out there. I love all the smiles. Welcome to Princeton's first and definitely not last Pride Parade. So my name is Andrew Zwicker. I am a member of the legislature. I'm also a scientist. And it was 2 years ago. Hey, let's hear it for science out there, right? 2 years ago, I went to the first March for Science. I got a couple of observations. Number one, you all are a lot more colorful. And don't tell my fellow scientists, but this parade is a lot more fun. But let's be honest, both parades matter because facts matter, respect matters, basic human rights matter, and love matters. I felt just a little more optimism about where we're going because we're going together on this journey. And so as we come together today, no matter how you identify yourself, no matter who you love, we are here to celebrate Pride, to work together on a future where we celebrate our differences, we honor our diversity, and we rejoice in the love that makes each one of us so very beautiful. So I just want to say thank you for coming out. Thank you to Robert. Let's work together because it is all about love. Thank you, everybody.
And thank you, Robert, for inviting me and for inviting our band. So, shameless plug, we're the Philadelphia Freedom Band. PhiladelphiaFreedomBand.com. You can see some of our other performances coming up in the area. A lot of us are actually out in the crowd. Look for us. They're all wearing the same shirt I am. So go say hi. And it was a real honor to be asked to be part of this parade. It was an even bigger honor to be asked to lead the parade today. And that's just me speaking as the president of the organization. But speaking personally, as Robert said, we've known each other longer than he'd probably like me to say. He says he's no problem. It looks good. All right, it's been 25 years. We've known each other about 25 years. And yeah, I live in Philly now. I've lived there for 15 years, but this is home. This is where I grew up. I grew up in East Windsor, New Jersey. Yeah, East Windsor. And, you know, I started my journey right here in Princeton. The first place that I figured out who I am was at High Tops, right over on Wigan Street. And I know hello, okay. And I know they're still going strong, and I know that they've been a great resource to so many kids in this area, and I couldn't have done it without them. Gosh, it's hard to know what to say in a situation like this. You know, I've had so much good luck and good people to help me come from being a scared high school kid who didn't know what trans was because it wasn't something that people talked about in the 1990s. We didn't have any role models at the time. At best, we showed up as the, you know, dead body of the week on Law and Order or something. That's all that was out there. That's really all that we had. And to now have the community we have, the recognition we have, means so much to me. And to have a pride parade in my hometown, more or less, to have the parade that I would have wanted to have, when I was 17 or 18 and trying to figure myself out, I can't imagine how much value that has to someone who's growing up now, someone like Manny, who's 11, and is able to see that they have a whole community out there who loves them, wants them to just be who they are. And so thank you to Robert. Thanks to the Bayard Rustin Center, both personally and as the band. Just love to all of you. And thank you so much for being out here today.
Hello, everyone. Happy Pride, Princeton. Let me hear you make some noise. Are you proud? You all look absolutely beautiful out there in all your colors, and all your different shades, and all the love that we're all feeling. Let's give it up to Rob for organizing Princeton's first Pride Parade. I am very honored and proud to be with you here today and to be a board member of the Bayard Rustin Center for Social Justice. Robert and the team are truly, truly leading the way in leaps and bounds in serving the community, not just the LGBTQ community, but all families and allies in ways that have not been done before in our state. And we're all very, very thankful and proud of Robert. Let's give it up. That is pride. That is our burden. And I want to see you all. If you're not already, join the fight, everyone. You have a role. Everyone has a role. Whether it's with your voice or your pocketbook or expanding your network, you have a role. Support LGBTQ candidates. We have a record number running up and down the ballot in New Jersey this cycle and next cycle. Become, to use the words of Bayard Rustin himself, become angelic troublemakers. Bayard Rustin was an African-American man, a gay man who was out. He was one of the closest advisors to Dr. King. He was the architect and main organizer behind the March to Washington, and yet history erased him. He was completely whitewashed. His legacy is our burden, folks, and our promise. Thank you.
It's really something.
I want to say something right off the top before we get into how wonderful that was. There was a lot of thanks being thrown my way. And I want to say this, that day, that parade, and everything that the Bayard Rustin Center for Social Justice does is done by a community. I may be a figurehead, I may be out and loud and proud in the front, but there's nothing I do, there's nothing the center does without an incredible array of diverse and beautiful people who bring everything to it. So I want to make sure that's crystal to everybody, that I am very touched by the gratitude, but it is exponential, and it goes out to so many people who you could see the machinations of that day, all the people walking around doing the thing, making sure this is done, that is done, whispering to each other, walking over. There was so much that wasn't about me or who I am, and it was dozens, if not hundreds of folks making that day and the center now work as it does.
Yeah. Thank you for what you do and what the center does. And I know everyone's thanking you, but it needs to be said. You do a lot of good work. Everyone does a lot of good work at the center, and it's nice to be appreciated.
Well, I do. Of course I do. But I mean, look at Haley, everybody, on the screen right next to me. This is someone who came in, volunteered for the parade, and stayed, and now runs our open mic, both physically when our doors were open at the center, and now virtually every Friday night. And it's people like that who come and say, I'm going to take this part of the dream and I'm going to make it a reality.
Thank you for giving us that platform.
So I want to say that there's someone who will be very proud of us for what we did that day. As I watched that video, I think Bayard Rustin, of course, be proud of us. And I also think that Harvey Milk be proud of us. And the reason I say this is because one of my favorite quotes from Harvey Milk is, "My name is Harvey Milk, and I am here to recruit you." And when I watch that video, I see so many, in the dozens of folks who now are volunteers, who now are work at the center in some capacity. 3 of those people went on to become board members. It's an amazing thing, and that's what I think is the magic of it, is how we can come together. It was wonderful to see that, especially tonight on the eve of tomorrow's virtual Pride. And I know it's not the same. I know being together is sacrosanct. But I promise you, we will bring that to you tomorrow. And I want to thank everybody. You know who else be proud of us right now? You know who else be proud of us right now? Prince. Because you know we're in right now?
The after party.
The after party. And everyone knows, who knows Prince, knows the concerts were incredible, but the after parties were super deluxe. So now we're in the after party, and I hope you're all staying with us. We have one last video to show you. And it's well worth you staying after hours. These are interviews now done by Ethan Sokol, another great member of our community. And thank you, Ethan. I hope you're out there. and did hours worth of interviews with a whole bunch of folks who were there, both members of the center, but also folks who came to the parade and talked about their experiences, some of which talk about their first Pride. And that's something that I think is really important. That the reason we are carrying through with virtual Pride tomorrow night and making it into something that has to be extraordinary is because we know that every Pride is somebody's first Pride. And it's kids, sure, and that's really important, but it's also adults and seniors. There are so many folks who in the course of a year realize their identity, come out, let in, invite people in, whatever your phraseology and terminology is favorite. I tend to prefer what Raquel Willis brought to us at one of the power hours, which is a letting in. And as people let people into their lives, that pride of that year becomes sacrosanct as well. So that's why we're doing tomorrow night, first and foremost, for those folks to come out and have a moment to be celebrated and recognized. So let's get to the interviews with the lovely Ethan. And I promise you, worth your staying after school with us. Haley, I'm going to ask you to entertain the folks for a second while I do some, a little bit of computer magic here.
Sure, you do your magic. I really enjoyed listening to some of the speeches because it's been a year since I've seen some people. It's been months since we've seen some of those people, and it's nice to be reminded of everyone who does work and works with the Bayard Rustin Center. So that was really nice, and haven't seen Manny in a while. Yeah.
Yeah, Manny, if you're out there or folks know Manny, please tell him that we love him, we miss him, and we'd love to see them back at the center. So yeah, thanks for that shout out. Yeah, that was quite the moment. So finally, we have about 15 minutes worth of interviews, and I promise you, pretty amazing to see all the folks that were there that night. So last bit of video for the evening. We'll come back and say goodnight. Thank you all for sharing this moment with us. It was an extraordinary moment a year ago, and I dare say it'll be even more extraordinary 23 hours from now. Oh.
Hello, I'm taking a video. How are you doing? I think we're doing very well. What a
Sorry, everybody. That was I just loaded up. See, it's a good thing we're doing a test run before tomorrow night, the big show. So I just loaded up the same video, and although it was delightful, let's get to what we really promised you, which was the interviews. So as Bullwinkle used to say, and I'm showing my age, but those of my generation, as Bullwinkle used to say, this time for sure. So here is the interviews that I promised you a moment ago, for reals this time. So enjoy, everybody. Here they come, for sure, really.
For sure, for sure.
All right, so we are with the amazing chief activist, Roberts, of the Bayard Rustin Center. He helped organize this entire day, and we're so grateful to you.
We're grateful to you, the work that you're doing, and all the folks who come to us and want to be of service. It means everything to us, it means the world to us. It doesn't happen without all the folks that bring their stories to us, that bring their histories to us, and bring their time, treasure, and talent to us.
Amazing. I mean, this day couldn't have gone any better. Such a good turnout.
I would have to agree with you. It was 2 months ago about that. We were talking in our office, Carol Watchler, our community outreach coordinator, and incredible inspiration to all of us. We're talking about that there's never been a pride in Princeton, and that there's such an incredible history, and there's such an incredible future. And our president has to represent that too. So we said, let's do something. We know that it is, short notice, but it was too important. Yeah, and we thought honestly it would be something small, intimate, even. And as we can all see,
at least 1,000 folks marching up,
Like maybe a foot.
sharing love, sharing respect, sharing kindness, and being proud.
So much pride.
It is a true testament to our community. You know, I may have done some of the work, but it didn't happen in a vacuum. There were so many people who assisted us, who supported us, who loved us, including, you know, our mayor. For the moment that I said to Mayor Lempert, hey, you know, we want to have a pride parade. What do you think? And less than 5 minutes later, I emailed back saying, great idea, with an exclamation point. I think that we satisfy that exclamation point today. But the town council, our Assemblyman Zwicker was with us today. Dean Davis, who's up in Maplewood, who's one of our board members at the BRCSJ. We had Manny, who is an 11-year-old transgender, incredible inspiration activist now, we hope. We've been inspired by what she is seeing and what she's doing at the center. We also had the other end of the spectrum, because spectrum is not just about gender and identity and sexuality, but it's also about age. We had Frank Mahood, who is a spry 80 years old, and we found, and this was such an incredible, wonderful byproduct of our day-to-day, that Frank had been one of the originating members of Gay People Princeton in 1972. First called the Gay Alliance, then became Gay People, as Frank always wants to be clear, because the people doing the true work are always very cognizant of those who worked with them and who came before them.
I feel privileged to be a part of it. I feel privileged that you welcome me with open arms. Very grateful.
There's a lot more work to be done. Today was not the end all. Today was the very, very precipice of the beginning. We have a journey ahead of us, and it's going to be an extraordinary journey. I'm so proud of the people I get to take it.
50 years after Stonewall, 50 years in the future.
I'll see you in 50
we're gonna
years.
Keep it going.
Someone invite me back 50 years from now.
Sounds like a plan.
So thank you.
Happy Pride. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Carol Watchler.
And so,
How are you, Carol?
well, it's been quite a day, as
Yes,
you
it
can
has.
well imagine. It's quite a few days leading up to it. So
Quite a
it's not
week.
like it,
Quite a
it
month.
doesn't make you want to just take a deep breath and wonder if you can just kind of pick up and move forward. But there's
Yeah.
a lot of things to pick up and move forward to.
Yeah. So what was your favorite part of the day?
Well, seeing the governor was fantastic. And then getting in line and kind of moving with the banner, we moved the banner forward. And people on the sidelines, I liked that a lot. I
Yeah.
remember that in Asbury Park, and just I wondered, we're going to have a lot of Princeton people on the sidelines cheering for us, and it was tremendous. And then watching, I felt both just, they were everywhere, greeting everybody, and that was like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. It's been really peaceful.
That is amazing.
Well, I'm really proud that that the idea came forward to be here in Princeton, and that in such a short time we were able to bring about to birth this phenomenal event. And of course, that's just so much due to the energy, the commitment, and the vision of Robert C. Schweier. So that's what's
You are a powerhouse.
well, we're gonna keep making the Fire Dressing Center a powerhouse.
Yes. And I'm happy to be a part of it. Yes. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you for coming by and you're hard into it.
Of course.
Hello, how are you guys?
Doing well. How
What
are
your
you?
names?
I'm Shelly Simon.
Welcome. Happy Pride.
Happy
How does it feel to be at the first ever Princeton Pride Parade?
Amazing.
And we have a third. What is your name?
Hi.
Hello, Kai. So what has this experience been like for you guys? What does it mean to you to be at the first ever Princeton Pride?
It's been amazing. It's like so energetic. And all the spirit, the energy, like it's so good out here. I mean, it's just amazing. It's a blessing.
I feel like when I'm 30, I'll be able to tell my grandkids or whatever.
That you marched.
Yes.
in
Right? The
Princeton
first
Pride.
ever Princeton Pride. First one.
And
We're
we all
happy to
know.
see this turnout. It's great.
Yeah. It's a long time coming. 50 years later after the Stonewall riots. First ever Princeton. Well, happy you guys are here and you had a blast.
Yes, indeed.
Hello, happy Pride. My name's Ethan, and this is Chris, and this is
Guys.
so Chris. I haven't interviewed you yet. How has your day been so far? First ever Princeton Pride Parade.
Fantastic. I mean, the day is beautiful. It's been rainy and dreary for the past few days. For whatever reason, today Pride, it's nice and sunny.
So, first ever Princeton Pride 50 years after Stonewall. What does that mean to you? What does this experience mean to you?
Well, when I came in, I saw a picture of Marsha P. Johnson and Dorothy Shepard, and it's great that we're capable of being able to remember them not only for the 50th year of the Stonewall Uprising, but also so we don't forget. There's some pivotal people that are part of LGBTQ plus history, and it's a way of being able to remember why it is that we have Pride marches, Pride celebrations, Pride festivals, Pride months. So being able to be like part of that, living his first ever Princeton Pride coming in, seeing almost the entire park packed, outstanding.
Yeah. How do you feel, Kai, hearing from trans individuals speak their minds?
I mean, I feel really good. I'm also trans, and it feels really cool. It feels really nice to know that we are still fully still and doing that we're constantly improving, because among the LGBT community, we are a minority inside of a minority. So it's a little frustrating sometimes, but it's nice seeing everyone here and seeing all the trans flags and things like that. Really nice.
Marching proud.
Yes.
We are so happy to have you.
Thank you.
And you. And so much love. It's just a beautiful thing. All right. For a moment. What are your names?
Natalie. Jen.
Hi. How are you guys doing? How's your Pride experience been?
He lives in Tahoe.
Yes. How does it feel that this is the first ever Pride, Princeton Pride experience? Iconic. That is a great word for it.
That's a good word for it.
Have you been to a parade before?
No.
Oh wow.
Really? Your first time?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So what does this experience mean to you guys?
It means like mostly being able to express myself without having to hide it. Especially, I'm here behind a back.
Oh wow.
So,
That's a big deal.
they don't know that I'm here. But,
You are very brave.
So I'm just very excited to be able to like show who I am without, having the fear of like someone's not gonna tell me. So, and especially because I'm with my best friend.
So I'm here with Chet, Frank, and the Grand Marshal, Mike Hopkins. Three very inspiring gentlemen over here. So Frank, he founded the first gay rights movement in Princeton.
This was the first organization. I can't say I founded it because it was a university organization, and they had to be founded by students.
How does it feel to be married to this guy? And when did you guys actually meet?
We met 36 years ago. I joined a group called Delaware Valley Gay Neighbors, where we met every month in someone else's house and provided the entertainment. So this young man came into my house when I was the host, and that was 36 years ago. It's true, I didn't. Frank and I have been involved in the gay rights organizations since we met in 1983. And we're actually better known as a couple in most gay circles. But because today is Frank's day, because he was there in the beginning and I wasn't.
And Mike Hopkins, you raised so much, raised a lot of money.
Yeah,
so much. Talk about, wow.
Yeah, ever since about a month after the election in 2016, I started shaking my can for causes and organizations that support causes in communities that are especially vulnerable under this administration, which is a long race. My mission from the start was to raise money and raise awareness and raise my cancer's blood pressure. So it's thrilling.
Have you gotten any response from him?
No, I haven't. No, I don't think there's any upside for him to reach out to. Right. Yeah. But I do think he knows about me. So maybe I asked you to stand in for him. Yeah, if only, right?
So being that,
I mean, we all know that our Byard Rustin was an angelic troublemaker, and it was a bunch of angelic troublemakers 50 years ago that made Stonewall happen. Some not so angelic too.
Yeah.
So the fact that the first ever Princeton Pride Parade is happening on the 50th anniversary of an event that is a testament to the power of resistance and resilience couldn't be any better perfect synchronicity. And to blow your mind even further, today is exactly 500 days to election day. So
now, speaking of that,
there's a lot of angelic troublemaking to be done in the next 500 days. I'm so proud that people like you that were doing the work, laying the groundwork 45 years ago, to make it possible for an 11-year-old to get up at a microphone, at a pride rally, and say, "This is me." And that wouldn't have happened.
That is inspiring. We owe a lot to you guys. Very thankful for what you guys did. I don't take that for granted, how lucky I am to be alive. Be growing up. Not necessarily growing up
really
anymore,
appreciate that. I mean, it's not that we did it to get appreciation. We did it to save our lives. But a lot of young people, just take it. Yeah, we did it. Right. And it's good that we were born out of this struggle. A lot of young people don't know that. They're shocked when they hear that you could be arrested for even going to a gay bar back in the day. And thank God they didn't have that. And I'm glad that we were able to connect those changes.
I did an event last week with a historian, Eric Marcus, who's written a book called Lincoln History as a podcast, and we were talking about Stonewall as a panel, and he said, Stonewall happened, because I'm always asked why Stonewall happened, why then, why there, and he said, it was first because people were fed up with being treated the way they were treated, and secondly because they just wanted to find somebody to do it. And so the two things that caused Stonewall were love and anger. And I think those are the things that are still powering.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
Well, thank you.
The last song was I Will Survive.
We certainly have survived.
We've closed out the party.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
As always, I'm the last one to leave the party.
Well, listen, this was a pleasure. It was great meeting you. Great meeting you guys. And we'll, I guess we have to get out.
I can try.
You were muted. I unmuted you.
Thank you. I was saying that was wonderful and lovely and amazing to relive that all.
That was great. So again, Ethan Sokol, thank you so much. Those were wonderful conversations, and that is really just the tip of the iceberg, as it were. There is so much more footage and so many more folks that Ethan got to talk to that day, and having watched all that, I totally agree, Frank. Thank you for your kind offer. We will obviously take you up on it, and we look forward to premiering a documentary about Princeton's first Pride Parade very soon. And I know that the Princeton Historical Society is looking forward to that as well. So we'll drop one off at their mailbox. Haley, thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you for letting me show off all of my rainbows. So,
speaking of showing off, I wasn't going to say it, but you've given me such a perfect opening. As the video was ending, Haley was adjusting her back rainbow, and all I could see was her wonderful backside. And I thought, wouldn't it be great if the video started and I'd be like, hey, Haley, and there you were in all your splendor. but
I was
unfortunately
sad
turned around.
afterwards. I was like, "Oh, did you see anything? Maybe you shouldn't have in my little short shorts because it's a bit warm in here today, so I'm wearing some shorts." And I didn't know.
I saw nothing that I shouldn't have. Only your beauty.
Oh, thank you.
Speaking of beauty, what an incredible thing! And I hope that you folks hung out with us this extra half hour. Again, great respect and kudos to John Lean for taking 18 hours worth of footage at the Pride Parade, for Ethan putting together those incredible interviews, talking to so many, what incredible folks that we got to see and hear from, and to Frank Mahood for an incredible job putting that together. That was not easy. And I'll tell you this, how seamless all that video was. Frank has, I don't know if he's volunteered or I have kind of pushed him to volunteer, but he's putting together the parade part of Virtual Pride tomorrow night. So know this, now it's time to do the sell of the show tomorrow night. We are going to have some incredible performances from drag queens, bands, musicians, spoken word, some very, very well-known folks, and some local community inspirational folks as well. We are going to have some beautiful testimonies from folks talking about their first Pride, talking about what Pride means to them from all across the country. And we are going to have a virtual parade. We are going to have a beautiful, as you saw tonight, we're going to walk and march and dance and roll and sashay down the virtual street tomorrow. And you'll get to see all your friends, all your family, all your allies, all your co-conspirators. So please tune in tomorrow night, starting live at 7 p.m., co-hosted by the fabulous Mike Hotpence, who you got to see tonight, and the beautiful Harmonica Sunbeam. And I promise you the most fabulous Pride ever, or your money back.
That's a good bargain. I like that deal. I'll take that.
All right, Haley, thank you again. Community, thank you again. We are so appreciative. Again, we bring the hour.
You bring the power.
You bring the power, baby. Thanks for staying with us. We will see you in about 22 and a half hours. Virtual Pride is going to knock your rainbow socks off, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary friends. We love you all. See you soon.
Happy Pride!
Makes me happy, makes me sad, 'cause I know that nothing lasts forever. I'll keep running, chasing thunder. All the beauty and the bad makes me happy, makes me sad, 'cause I know that nothing lasts forever. I'll keep running, chasing thunder. Baby, I'm not a rose, I'm a wildflower. So I'm gonna keep on chasing thunder, chasing thunder.